Welcome back. I'm joined by Mandy Laddish. Mandy, it's great to have you with us. You know, there's a lot of controversy on campus about who the quarterback of the football team should be, but none about who the quarterback of the soccer team should be. And Mandy, you play a special role on this team as a bit of a senior citizen, even though you're only a junior, on a very young team.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about that role and how you manage it.
Well, I knew stepping into this year that once Melissa Henderson, Jessica Schubiler, and Courtney Barg left, that there would be some of us that would have to step up. And at the World Cup, when I was there, I had a great leader. Her name was Julie Johnson. She plays for Santa Clara. And so coming back, I wanted to kind of play my role the way she did and just be more of a member of a team than like a dictator telling people what to do. So I try to lead by example and just like get to know the girls on a personal level. So that just makes us all closer and helps us all integrate within the team. And I think the best teams are like families. So I'm just doing my best to like make this team a family and make sure we play well together on the field and that we're friends off the field.
Well, judging from the recent record, at least since you got back, it must be working. Is there a family feel fueling this team?
Yeah, definitely. We're all really close and we all have a lot of fun together. We get mad at each other on the field, but that's part of the game. And I mean, everyone's competitive at practice. Everyone gives it their all, and everyone's excited to be on the field all the time. And I think it really helps.
You mentioned representing the United States, being on the national team. What's that experience like?
It's an amazing experience. It's once in a lifetime. I'm so blessed that I got to be part of that, and it's also very humbling coming back here and being able to share my knowledge with my team here of what I learned there. And I learned how to overcome adversity when I was there, and I can bring that here, and I can relate to girls who maybe don't get as much playing time here because I didn't get the amount of time I get here with the national team. So I think that helped me it helps me relate to the girls who maybe don't get it here, and I think that's a good quality to have as a captain.
What impact does it have when you see your former national teammates and you encounter them during the college season?
Yeah, we just played Villanova, and their goalkeeper Jamie Kranich was the first one me and Carrie have seen since we left, and it's like I almost wanted to cry just because we were so close as a team, and I love all those girls to death, and they're all my sisters. We called each other sisters pretty much, and it's just amazing to see someone who shared those amazing experiences with you and that no one else will ever share with you, and it's like seeing a family member you haven't seen in years, so it's amazing.
Does that remain, I take it, an important part of your future, looking forward to national and Olympic teams, hopefully?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I want to continue on with the national team and see where it takes me. I don't want to jinx myself, but we'll see. I would love to continue on with the national team. So. Yeah,
that's great. Now you had another member of the team with you on the team, right?
Yes.
Talk a little bit about that.
Carrie is great. She's amazing. She actually is one of the younger players on the national team, so she's going to be able to go for another cycle with the U20s. And it was nice having Carrie there because it was nice having someone who knew what it was like back here, but also I had to get to know her and kind of show her how to navigate her way through Notre Dame academically and on the soccer team. And I think that helped me when I got back here to relate to the freshmen already, because I've already related so much to Carrie. I knew the issues she was facing. So a lot of the freshmen when I got back here were actually facing the same issues. So I already had practice helping them with those issues. And Carrie is one of my closest friends. Like, I love her to death. And it was awesome playing with her, and it's great playing with her now.
You know, you've had the experience of a national championship team.
Yes.
An awful lot of fun in North Carolina that weekend. And a year last year that didn't go so well.
Yeah.
What are the lessons learned by both, and how do you sort of translate both experiences into this year?
I think it's just adversity. We faced adversity last year. I mean, we had a great team, and just for some reason we couldn't put it together. We didn't get the season we wanted, and I think a lot of that had to do with like how close we were as a team. And I think that really showed us that the main thing is the team bond. And even though we had those girls that were amazing, like Melissa Henderson and Jessica Schubiler, for some reason we couldn't click.
Right.
But this year we're clicking because we are close as a team and we don't have issues within the team that we might have had the year before. And I think that is how we were the national championship year. So I think that now that we're realizing that, we know that we can go farther than we did last year.
Well, with your leadership, I have no doubt we will. Now let's get a little biographical information.
Okay.
What's hometown? What's your major?
I'm from Kansas City, Missouri, and I am a marketing major.
And you're
I'm a junior.
Do you live on campus or off?
I live at Pascagoula West.
Okay.
With I live with 2 tennis players and an ex-swimmer.
Oh, great.
So, yeah.
And any problems there? Anything?
No,
anything
I
we
actually
need to...
really like it because I like being able to get away from the team a little just because we're around each other so much. So living with other athletes is great just to get to know different people within the Notre Dame community, and I really like it. So.
Right. Now, being a marketing major in the Mendoza College, which is such a great and demanding place to be, between the national team obligations at the World Championship, which interfered with the beginning of the year a little bit, and tournament play coming up, how do you manage all that?
It's actually really difficult because Notre Dame is such a competitive school that I have to be focused on my studies 100% of the time. So I usually am doing more work than probably the typical student would do. I'm always reading, making notes, highlighting, all kinds of stuff. And this year I didn't take the major requirements for my course that I'm going to take next semester just because I didn't want to have to miss 3 weeks of that. So right now I'm just in a bunch of business elective classes, which I would have taken eventually throughout the years anyways.
Sure.
I'm just going to get them all over with now. So next semester I'm going to have to be really focused on my studies and really disciplined with my classes in order to get back on track to where I want to be and in order to continue to be competitive within the College of Business.
Well, if anyone can do it, I'm sure you can. Now, before we close, have you got a really good Randy Waldrum imitation?
I mean, I can think of a couple. I'd have to think. Let me think of something Randy always does. Well, okay. He thinks that he forgets that we go to Notre Dame and we're not very smart, or we are very smart. And he just for some reason thinks we're dumb on occasion because he gets mad at us, and so. This is what we always say about Randy. We'll be playing bad or doing something that we shouldn't be doing or trying to play a pass and it doesn't go through, and he's always like, a salad does not go through a salad. It is simple physics, Irish. We get that one a lot.
And that's why they're so good. Mandy, thanks so much for joining me today, and best of luck in the tournament.
Thank you.